Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. We do regular Reef updates every day. For those of you that are interested and you know you're into Reef and you want updates on a regular a daily occasion, then this is a channel for you, okay? And do please subscribe to the channel and also like the video, share on social media. Sharing is caring in this channel, and also head over to the Telegram group there if you're not a member of the CoinsKid community in the Telegram group there. Okay, so we're just diving into the Reef video right now. You can see basically, you know, we're having a bit of a correction today. Bitcoin obviously shit the bed, as it does. I think it was approaching a high, and then it was trying to take out that high and it got rejected. So it's come back down, obviously, and you can see, you know, immediately, if we zoom in a little bit for you here, you can see that you've had a really bullish candle. So you got the breakdown and you formed a new low there, okay, which was roughly 0.3729. So you've effectively hit that low, right? And what happened was you got immediately brought back up, because that's how strong the market is at the moment, and especially for Reef. We do speak about how strong it is. You know, you've already seen them levels down there, which we targeted, the bottoms there. If you've been watching the Reef videos for a while now, you know that all our targets have been met, our recovery, we've had a full recovery there, and now all we're doing is falling back on previous resistance as support. You know, as we target in this channel, you've broken above the EMAs, you've formed a bullish cross, you're falling back as support, and you are marching on. And obviously, as you do approach these levels, you will hit these levels of support. Okay, so I'll drop that out now, and I'll drop this out as well, because those targets are met. Okay, so what we were targeting there in the channel, they've be completely met. So now we're looking to march onwards and upwards. And effectively, you know, what I would say here, for those of you who want to bring up your chart, okay, it's TradingView. The link is in the video description below. But what I'm going to do in a moment, I've not done it yet, but I'm just going to have a look at something for Reef, because I do think it's just basically repeating a very rinse repeat pattern. Basically, as simple as it is, it's basically repeating itself a little bit here. So we'll look into that in a moment. But to do this, you know, all you do is get the chart up on TradingView. The link is in the video description below. It says charts. You click that, and then you go to the top here, and it says Reef. Go up there. Okay, it's a symbol search, and it's Reef, as you know, and USDT. Okay, so it's Reef versus USDT, which is basically Tether pegged to the dollar. It's like what we like to work in here on this channel. So what you've got, right, I know it's not pretty and it's quite difficult to see, but we had a very similar, what we've just gone through here, this entire correction and the drawback, we've basically done before. Okay, so we've corrected from the top, we went down, we formed a W bottom, almost a double bottom there. Okay, it's where we went down, formed that bottom, and we formed a new bottom, and then we got the nice recovery. And as we were going up, you can see we formed a bullish cross. Okay, formed that bullish cross, got up, sort of hit a bit of a peak, rolled over. Okay, and then we got this repel here. This is called a repel. Okay, we call this a repel on the channel. This is an EMA retest, because what happens, you get these lines, okay, they cross one another. The yellow line crosses the red line, and that's called an EMA bullish cross. Okay, that's the 20 EMA and that's the 55 EMA. Again, you can search for this in your indicators. You drop them in and you change the settings there. I am going to make a tutorial video on how to set your charts up. Okay, so you can see we've gone through, we're back tested, we fell through, look bad. But then we got corrected again, and we came up and we back tested the EMA support, and you got that repel there when the EMAs come together and they repel against each other. When you get that repel just there, okay, you can see how powerful it can be. It's effectively the same as forming a bullish cross, where you get that big surge to the upside. Okay, just like you here in the current price action, you've got that big surge there because you've got the bullish cross. So what you're potentially looking at now, you've had that high there, okay, you've had the high, you've had the correction, you've had the double bottom, okay, then you're starting to come up, you've got the bullish cross, okay, then you've gone up, you've hit some kind of ceiling there, which I would guarantee if I've dropped the fib from the top on that previous correction down to the bottom, you would have been in your head on the 0.618. I think we did cover that in yesterday's video, so I don't need to go over that again. And obviously you're coming down and you're finding support, okay, and what you may potentially see here, I mean, because look, right, look at this, you've gone up, okay, you started to correct, you see this correct here where you've got the curl in the EMA, so it's curled round, it starts to recover, then you have another correction, okay, and it brings you down, and then you get the repel off the 4-hour EMA, just like that, and you can see what happens, okay. So okay, I strongly believe that you may be looking at a very, very similar pattern here where you experience a really nice recovery, okay? We didn't necessarily have the big correction there where we got the big wick up, okay, but you have formed the bullish cross, okay, which is great. You've gone up, okay, you've sort of rolled over, you're coming back down, you fell through the EMAs, you're getting bought up, and you start to form that little arch just there on the EMA, just like you did there, that little arch, where you start to go up and then you collapse again, then you roll over and you start to correct again. So potentially, everything else has played out so far to a T. Okay, the correction, the recovery, everything like that, bullish cross, the going up, the rolling over. So you may be looking at a bit of a fake out here where it looks like we're recovering, but then you're effectively going to roll over to test support, and the support is the EMA retest. Okay, so if you do see that over the next few days for Reef, okay, that if you're not involved in Reef and you see that particular test there on the EMA retest, okay, then I would, it's not financial advice, but I would imagine that is going to give us the power needed to push us up to a new all-time high. Because what you can see here, effectively, okay, it's really as simple as this, okay. So what you've got here, you can see that this bullish cross here that was formed was lower than this bullish cross that was formed here. So effectively what you've got, you're pushing up, you're going to roll over. It might not happen. You might get a full recovery here and march through these EMA, through these Fibonacci retracement levels as we targeted. This 050 is quite a difficult one to get through. You did absolutely smash through it on this particular correction, but you have come back down and you fell through it as support. You fell down, obviously you found some level of support there, and you are above the EMAs again, which is great. You're being supported by them, and you are marching on. Okay, so what you may see here, not financial advice, is if we fail to keep moving up, you may see Reef hit its head on the 050 as a level of resistance. It'll look bad, but what it'll do, it'll start to come back on itself, okay, and you will see this roll in the EMA there, okay, and then you will see this roll in this 55, okay, and what you'll do, very similar to what you've got here, where it rolls and you have this EMA retest, okay, just there like that, and you'll get this EMA retest, okay, just slightly above where the bullish cross was formed, just slightly above the bullish cross, you see that, and then a very, very similar pattern. Because what this does, this is very, very repetitive, this particular play for Reef. It's playing out to an absolute T, to be honest with you, with the fib levels, the extensions and everything, and the bottom and the recovery is the same as that bottom recovery, the top to the bottom, etc., all that kind of business. There's a lot of confluence there to say that this is particularly going to play out like that. Again, not guaranteed, anything can happen. It could correct and go down here, it could keep going here and go up, but we do like potentially look at previous play to sort of almost have a crystal ball into the future, so to speak, on this channel, and it does work. If you do check out previous videos, you do see a lot of rinse repeat patterns across the board, especially in crypto. So what we're looking at here, sorry to ramble on, you've got this EMA coming down, creeping up, and you're potentially looking at this EMA retest just here, okay, this EMA retest that goes like that, and you get the repel, and then you can see if you get that repel, okay, look what it's going to do. Look what it's going to do. It's going to send Reef to new highs, okay, and that is basically what we're looking at here. We're looking at a new high for Reef, and what we can do, just to give a little thought experiment now, we can basically say, okay, well, if we get that repel on the 4-hourly time frame that we're targeting there, where the EMA is going to roll over, take the price action with it. Don't forget, because these EMAs are like magnets, okay, they pull the price wherever they lean, they're sort of going with the price, okay. So you're going to get that repel, and it'll drag it over its shoulder like that, and then it'll sling it up, okay, it'll sling it up, and what you got is you've got that appreciation from that repel there, and it actually appreciated. We can't actually see that, I'll drag that down for you, sorry. We've got that appreciation of roughly 60%, okay. So let's say that, as a thought experiment now, using technical analysis, not an exact science here, but we do roughly roll over here, okay, and get this EMA test here, where you get this repel just above the 55, just below the 50, sorry, where it sort of gets rejected, starts to creep over. It's finding a level of support, okay, on this Fibonacci extension there, okay, and then it gets to repel and moves up. You are looking, did we say 60%? So roughly from there, if you look at a 60% appreciation, just like we did off the previous repel, then that is your potential price target for Reef, and that would actually be a new high, and that would be a 60% trade from the EMA retest that we are potentially targeting right now in this channel, okay. So failing that, I will give you some levels of support, moving forward, but that is a future price prediction for Reef. And you know what, given its structure, given that the beautiful way that Reef is going up, correcting, consolidating, going up, correcting, consolidating, you know, that does look like it's potentially on the cards, because the grand scheme of things, you know, when you start to zoom out, okay, on a daily time frame, zoom out, what you are effectively doing is you're creeping up, okay, you are creeping up and you are making higher highs each time that you creep up. So you could effectively say that, you know, you're going to go through a very similar pattern where you've come down and then you form a bottom here somewhere off that base, and then you start to form the next impulsive wave up, and that will potentially be your target. So yeah, that's Reef. Okay, it's pretty healthy, it's going along really nicely, you know, it's holding up, it's bouncing off this 55 EMA beautifully on the time frame. And like I say to you on the channel, you always want to see that when you're seeing this consistent support off the 55 EMA in larger corrections, it means that the trend is really strong and the trend is your friend. Okay, so what you need to see, if you can kind of visualize this on the daily, okay, it might be a bit easy for you to see on a daily, because I know on the 4 hourly it's a bit congested with the candles that stick together a little bit. So what I'll do, I'll stretch it out and try and explain what's going on here. Okay, so you had this big impulsive wave, okay, and then you've had the corrective wave, and then you've had another impulsive wave, you've had another corrective wave, and then you've gone up again and made that high again. So effectively, you know, you're looking at a very similar move here where you've come down, you've had this corrective wave, then you have in this impulsive wave a little corrective wave just like this one here, this corrective wave. Okay, this is going to form something very similar to that, where you come back to some level of support. Okay, even the daily EMA, you can see this particular correction came down to the yellow line there and got the bounce off the yellow line. It never closed below, it got a bounce off the yellow line, and currently as this yellow line creeps up, which is the 20 EMA on the daily time frame, get that correction back down there, get that repel of the EMAs on the 4 hourly time frame there, and then you can see the potential next impulsive wave for Reef, and potentially a 60% trade off that EMA retest. So do keep an eye on the channel, and obviously as it happens, you know, if we was to lose that, I would obviously give you more levels of support moving forward, but so far bullish. Okay, bullish, no reason not to be on Reef. We've had all that FUD, we've had all that sell-off, we've had the big correction, okay, we've got over that, we're marching onwards and upwards now. Nice impulsive wave, corrective wave, and now we're looking at that mega impulsive wave taking us to the new highs. So that's Reef. Please do smash the like button. I spent a bit longer on that video today for you guys that are a bit unsure about what's going on with the markets and stuff like that. And obviously, don't get me wrong, you know, we could correct further, and if we was, then do zoom out and look at those daily EMA retests, okay, because, you know, they do hold up as support. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please do once again subscribe to the channel, get yourself in a Telegram group, get involved in the community there, and sharing is caring. Please share these videos where you can on social media, and thank you once again for your continued support in the channel. It's very much appreciated. Cheers, I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye bye.